seconds. Here. Here we go. Oh, I just realized I left this up. Hey, hopefully everyone's had a good week so far. I had a pretty chill Friday. I actually had the day off from work. And so I slept in. Something really rare for me. I actually slept in today. So, we're gonna be working on some manga pages because I slept in. And now I've got more stuff to do. I mean, it's 9:30 now, but I slept in until maybe about 11, which is really rare. I don't usually sleep in that much. So today, I've got a whole bunch of stuff we're gonna be working on today. Let me actually close this because I'm only gonna be working on this page today. So this particular page, we have a lot of drawing we gotta do on this one. We've got basically the majority of the page that we have to do today. Hello. So yeah, lots to do today, guys. I've only got basically two panels done, so there's lots to do today. How you doing, Fair? What's up? Trying to figure out which one I want to do first. Actually, let me draw Aros first because he's probably going to be really easy to get done. Doing pretty good. Had a day off from work today, so it was a pretty chill day today. Now I'm getting some manga pages done. I think that would be this one. Okay, it's this one. Alright, we'll keep this because that's fine as is. Oh yeah, I had this too. Oh, okay, I see that was my shadows. That's okay, that's easy to copy over. So let's go ahead and copy that over since we already have it roughed in there. Now we can turn that off. And then I'll worry about that later. Actually, we'll just put that in here. There we go. And then we'll make this not blue. Why is it that color? I don't know why it would be that color. That's hilarious, actually. Just getting some manga done. Gotta get this page done, and that way I can enjoy my day tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'd like to work some more on it's like a diary of a mangaka that I'm working on. Sort of just like record my everyday life and talk about my manga process and my thinking, just art process, and like it's just like a little bit of everything. I really like it. And I'd like to be able to work on that in the morning tomorrow and then do a stream tomorrow as well so I can make up for missing on Wednesday. I did stream on Monday, but I ended up not keeping it and like privated it. I may make it public later, but it wasn't my favorite stream on Wednesday. I mean, on Monday. I did stream on Monday, but I decided to not keep it. It was only like a 45-minute stream, and I'm like, that's not even worth keeping. It's way too short. Just not worth it. Here we go. What? Oh, I think it's because I need to use a gray. Yeah. Let's see. What is going on here? This. Let's just make it... Okay, this is weird. That's alright. I know how to fix this. We'll just delete and then fill with black. Whoops. Fill with black. And then turn it to screen tone. And then drop the pattern. There we go. Let's make it like a 20. I think a 20 would be fine. For a minute you said diary. I mean, it kind of is literally a diary. I'll show you like... I'll drop a link for you, like, if you're curious. But let me actually open one of the pages and I'll show you what I mean as far as, like, what it actually is. It kind of is a diary. But it's not like Diary of a Wimpy Kid type diary, but it is, like, a diary, kind of. I'm gonna open a page here for you, so you can kind of see what I mean. Just one of the pages. Let me get the exports up here. See, where's my favorite page? One of my favorite pages. here's a good example of what they are basically. So like here's the whole page. It's basically just sort of like and it's a traditional book, so they're basically scans of a traditional book that I make, that I have, that I tape stuff in, and like I write things in. I print out, like here's one of the pages that I have that I'm working on. So like I print stuff out and put it in the book, and then I just like, this is like it's called washi tape, like that I put in my books and stuff. Like it's basically like scans of like a book that I'm, like a diary-esque book that I'm working on. More like a journal than like an actual diary. But yeah, that's one of the projects that I'm working on. And I need to do today's entry. Yeah, people really liked it so far. Here's another fun one. So this is a sticker. Like this thing up here is actually a sticker. And then this is also a sticker. And then like I just talked about some of my favorite teas and that kind of stuff. And then here are some drawings of like my main character. You may recognize this one from my overlay. And then I just printed these out. Again, like both of these are just printed out because they're digital drawings. And then here's like a fun little sticker here that I put that matches this one. And then this is also washi tape right here. So yeah, just like fun little stuff like that. So if you, oh, autosave, there it goes. Okay, but yeah, so that's kind of that's the project. If you want to read it, I have January's entry done, and uploaded if you want to read it. It's totally free to read, doesn't cost anything. I think I just uploaded it on the 7th. So if you wanna check it out. Whoopsie. No worries, you're good. There's no obligation to. I'll actually probably pin this message, so let me make this like properly and then I'll pin it for my stream today. I love when I try to when I try to pin it, like the heart emoji thingy keeps coming up. And so I can't pin it. That's funny. Never change. That's so funny. I'll wait. That's okay. That's hilarious. I love that. Anyways. So yeah, this is some of this is my main manga here that I'm working on right here, which is called Godsbane. And the character in the bottom right there is Aros. He's my main character. Whoops. Alright, this is my sketch layer. These are all the sketches. Alright, and we'll make a folder here. This will be inks. Sorry, I'm on the... You guys can't see what I'm working on. Well, I have a mature content warning because I talk about things like self-harm and like other topics, and so like I have to have that for the sake of everybody else. Sorry. I don't want to just like drop those heavy topics if people aren't prepared for it, and so like I just want to make sure that it's like, I mean, it's a genuine diary. Like I don't like, it's not a today was great and here's all the amazing things that I did. It's like, this is my real life. These are things that happened to me. These are things that I think about. You know, so there's like some heavy topics in there. Like there's stuff that like talks about like issues with food that I have, and like things like for example, like I have celiac disease, and sometimes when I'm like angry at myself, I'll like punish myself by eating gluten on purpose. And I have celiac disease, which means I can't have gluten. Like stuff like that. Or like if I'm like having a bad day, I'll just sit there and like complain about it in my journal. So like it's a genuine like this is like what's going on in my life. This is what's happening, and I want to talk about it. So I add that just to and I have to like that's part of Global Comics' rules is like you have to mark stuff that could possibly be considered mature content. So it's just part of the website's rules. Sorry about that. Definitely. It's like I wasn't sure how I would feel about it at first, but after I got through the first month, I was like, wow, this is really nice. Like there are some things that still feel like really awkward to talk about. And I was really scared that people would like not receive it well. Be like, oh my gosh, like why are you complaining about your problems? This is really gross. But people have been extremely supportive of it, which is really nice. Yeah, I wasn't really sure how it would be received, but people are receiving it really well, which makes me happy. And that was exactly what my therapist said. Is she's like, yeah, it would probably be a really good idea to have stuff like this. Just helps you process stuff. For sure, yeah. And I only did it twice. Like I only did it twice last month. It used to be something that I used to do a lot. Like I would like anytime I got mad at myself, I'd be like, "Oh, like you you don't deserve this, so like you're gonna like have to suffer for it." But I'm definitely a lot better about it. And it's also one of those things where like it's super tempting because like I live alone, so like there's no one to see what happens, and I don't go out that much, so there's no one to see what happens. But even if like I go out, like I don't have to wear like I don't have to like cover my body up because like no one's gonna know, like only I'm gonna know. And so that's why it was like my choice of method is because no one could see it. I mean, people might notice me going to the bathroom, but that's something I've had all my life because of celiac. Like it happens all the time. Like oh, like it was a complete accident. So it's really easy to just pass off of like as like being an accident when like only I knew it was like on purpose. But I'm definitely a lot better. I only did it twice last month. So, that was good. But yeah, like topics like that I think are important to talk about. But yeah, that's why I have it marked as mature content. Just for that kind of stuff, that's all. And like I may talk about like heavier topics like death because like my family's in the military. And stuff like that has like also affected my life. Not in a negative way. Like those are just like things that have impacted. For example, like the reason why like I write Godsbane to cover the topics that it does is like because of those things. Like like my family's military. Like my brother is active duty. My father's active duty. And my stepmom was active duty. Like a lot of people in my family are military, and so like those sorts of like negative experiences that you go through as like a child of the military, I guess, is just like you get introduced to like dark topics, I guess, like really young in life. That's just what happens. And like hearing the stories that like my family members have told me about like being deployed and stuff, like stuff like that may come up. But yeah, so like I just want it to be like a book where I can just talk about things and like just be honest. Like show like hey, like I'm also a human being. I don't just make manga, like I'm also a person. and like here's how I got to like this point, and here's why I write about the things that I do. Like that's what I'm hoping the purpose of the book will be. Yeah. But so far people seem to like it, which is nice. Yeah, like once you can like openly talk about well, and I've been in therapy for a really long time. It's been like 7 years, so like I'm definitely in a way better place than I used to be. Actually, I think I'm just gonna have this. Just leave it like that. Yeah, and I know like it's also like a topic that like a lot of people are uncomfortable talking about. So like it is what it is. Like I can't fault people for being upset about that stuff, so I'm not going to. Anyway, I hope you had a good week so far. Oh yeah, you did say. Sorry, yeah, you said I'm doing well. Are you working on anything at the moment? It's obvious what I'm doing. Have any like weekend plans? Let me actually pin this. Oh, I just realized I have the same song on repeat. I forgot to let it cycle. Let's see here. Dun dun dun. Let's find something fun to listen to. Instead of picking like super heavy music. Can you give me something nice? And not something super dramatic? Please? I need to like make a specific like playlist for YouTube. I'll leave this up here so I can just skip. There we go. I'll try. I can skip down here. I keep forgetting I can do that. I'm gonna just forget that. Alright. How did I forget how I drew him last time. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, I've got this up here. Okay. Go over. Okay. I didn't draw them close anymore. I couldn't remember. Couldn't remember how I was doing this. I'll have to look it up. Just like a few little lines. I really liked how the Black Clover mangaka handled it on like the Bulls creator or the Bulls character, so the like captain. So kind of borrowed that. trying not to be like super strict with my inking anymore either. That's a waste of energy, to be completely honest. Dun dun dun. Let's see here. Ah. Alright, and this will probably end up being more effect than line art, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that. Alright, this is gonna be a little bit more of a pain. Should we get rid of this for the moment? Alrighty there, we're gonna throw this in here because this is sort of like a loop at the top. Here's my center point. That goes up. And then from here, let me clean this up a little bit. Whoops. Spirals in. And then this goes out. Alrighty. Let me clean this up a little bit. Line art's getting a little unruly there. Dun dun dun. Hope everyone's having a good time today. Thanks to anyone who has joined me so far. And thank you anyone who's been hitting that like button. I appreciate it. Alright, here's his necklace. Which is probably gonna be moving just a little bit due to the wind here. Not a whole lot. Oops. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna move this up just a little bit. A little unrealistic as far as how high it is, but that's because I want it to be sure that it's seen. And sometimes the rule of cool prevails. Sometimes. You don't want to have that prevail too many times, but it is always fun when the rule of cool gets to shine. If you don't know what the rule of cool is, the rule of cool is basically like, it's sort of like a, hey, like I'm going to BS this because it'll look cooler even though it's like not necessarily realistic. In this case, this necklace wouldn't necessarily be up this high, but I'm doing that because I want this to like be seen. So it's not a super important detail to have this necklace visible, but it just helps like the character, it just helps like the reader recognize him easier, because that's just part of him. So that's really all it is. And there's times where you want to go for the rule of cool, and there's times where rule of cool is less important and you want to focus on accuracy. And that's one of the like the fun things about like comics and manga is like learning when you want to use each one, because that's when you get the really cool, like super powerful panels, right? When you figure out like when you want to have the cool stuff and when you want to have the stuff that is super detailed and like more logically realistic. Not necessarily like drawing style realistic. It's like, okay, like what did it actually look like this? Like learning when you want to do each one will really help, like with your paneling, because it helps you like better identify when you can go full ham on a panel and when it's just not worth it. Because there are times it is absolutely not worth it. Works. How's the paneling going? I think it's going pretty good. Right now I'm kind of in the middle of inking. So I just started, and my mouse just got stuck. There we go. This one I did some time ago with the birds. This one I did yesterday. And then these two, I kind of already started this one up here in the corner, but I ended up moving Aros around a little bit. And then Rin I decided to redraw. And so now I'm starting to ink this one. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the background on this panel. I'm not sure if I need anything for it, honestly. So I'm starting to ink this one. I'm trying not to get like super strict with my inking like I used to be. Because that just, one, makes everything take a lot longer. And two, I feel like maybe it just made my stuff too stiff. So I'm trying not to be super strict with it anymore. Which is really, really hard because I want to just sit here and like narrowly like pick at all of my artwork. So I'm trying to have a looser inking style, I guess. And just like let it be. But it's really hard. How are things going with you? animation is relatively thin compared to a lot of people, so I'm gonna move that just a little bit. Oh, his ear is too low too. I mean, he's looking up also slightly, so I still think it's a little too low. Bring his ear up just a little bit. Yeah, so I'm trying to, yeah, that's one reason why I'm trying to be like a little less strict about it is, you know, you can get a lot of really fun motion and stuff if you just, like, relax. But me, relax? Yeah, right. Also, I struggle a lot with this part here. I need to see his side profile really quick. Make sure I've got this lined up correctly. Because I don't draw like the typical anime side profile, I do like a slightly altered one. Just want to make sure. I think the eye is a little too far forward, so I might move it back just a little bit. Yeah, let me adjust this a little. Whoops. Would normally come up here. Actually, I think I need to, I'll just move the eye up a tiny bit and see how that looks. See if that helps. Move that back. Yeah, because that way the curve would go into the right place then. But since he's got his brow furrowed a little bit, it won't quite line up. I mean, it will, but not in the way that we expect it to. It's something I'm trying to be a little bit more cognizant of, because I used to just, like, rush that kind of stuff. And so now I'm trying to be more cognizant of, like, those kinds of details. Chores? Chores? Oof. Yeah, I need to do that too. I did a bunch of that already, though, today. I think this needs to be a little narrower. It's like the iris in people that kind of, like, mess me up sometimes. Not quite, almost. What's this one? Something like that. I think this is technically supposed to go down. I actually haven't drawn Aros that much in side view, so it's something I'm gonna need to do more. So I can get more comfortable with him. I just haven't done that very much. So that's something I'm gonna have to find time to do. I need to open another page really quick, guys, sorry. I changed his eyes and I haven't reflected that in his reference yet, and I need to update that. open another page really quick. So sorry. So sorry. I need to get that ref updated. Just finished your chores, but you still gotta make dinner? Dude, same. I haven't had dinner yet. Probably wouldn't hurt to have this up while I'm drawing to make sure that he's still the same person, so probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Throw this in here. I'm sure he looks like the same character. It's hard drawing the same character over and over and over again. Whoops. I moved the... I love that I did that. And I went to the... was in the wrong page for that. That's funny. Adulting, am I right? Yep, basically. Adulting sucks. Like, this isn't correct. Alright, so yeah, it lines up here, so that'll go. I mean, I gotta fix this now. Look, why don't you go eat now, silly? Please go eat. Like, don't be in the stream and not eat. It's not worth it. Although I appreciate it. I'd rather you eat. This ends sooner. Is it? I haven't actually checked, honestly, because I think because I have the monthly, it just updates automatically. So I haven't even... Well, I think so. I think mine updates automatically. So I haven't even thought about it. Thanks for reminding me to save, though. Let me actually bring this up a little bit. Because it's only half up here, so I should probably do that here too. Yeah, I definitely have like the most up-to-date version. I'm pretty sure it didn't used to be that way. When I had the like the single the single license, I had to manually update it every time. And I think now, yeah, now that it's monthly, I don't have to do the updates myself. This is really messy liner for me, y'all. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with this. I'm trying to be less critical of my liner. It's stressing me out, y'all. I'm used to being like super picky about my liner. I'm trying to break that habit. This is a chapter. I'm not working on the one-shot currently. The one-shot is still in a writing phase, where I'm rewriting my one-shot. The one-shot that I'm working on is with the Viz one-shot program, and I'm currently like in the middle of like rewriting and planning my characters again and that kind of stuff. So it's on hold for right now. I'm just gonna redo this. Make that jawline a little bit softer. I mean, it is a man, but I don't want to make his jawline too hard. He doesn't have a super hard jawline. He's a soft boy. But yeah, this is a chapter of a series called Godsbane. So there's a link to what the pilot version that I did, but I'll go ahead and like grab you another one. There's a link in my description, but I'll grab you a link to it if you want. It's a pilot that I did last year. Well, I guess like the last year and a half, I guess ish. I started it in March of 2022. So if you want to check that out, there's a pilot there that kind of tested out, like just to see how people would respond to it. And they responded pretty well to it. So I get to do the real ones. looks really strange, even for me. Just go with it. Just go with it. It's okay. It's okay to have messy line art. You're not gonna die from slightly messier line art. You're fine. So now we're going to grab my lasso fill. I'll start putting in his hair here. And then we'll get rid of the stuff we don't want. Because that's a lot easier. Oh shoot, I had to make a new layer first. Ugh, wrong layer! I hate when I do that. Story of my life. Well, that means you get to bring up the wrong, it's a little late now, but normally if I'm doing things properly, I have my wrong layer. I need to think of like some cool transitions or something, but yeah, I kind of have this silly little thing whenever I go on the wrong layer. It's like, Wah! Little late, but it's like my favorite. It's my favorite thing. Because we've all been there. Thankfully, it wasn't thankfully I noticed it early on, and I didn't have to like go back and like fix this sort of stuff. No! Right? We've all been there. We've all done it. I know there's an easier tool for this, and I probably could get this done a lot faster if I used it, but I feel like suffering today. Definitely going to enjoy my heaping plate of suffering today. And sometimes it's just satisfying as heck to just do it the long way. Like, I have moods. You guys will see, and what I usually end up doing is the layers that I have sort of like in this area where I have like the line art drawn anyway, I usually will go in with a white brush and emphasize those. I have honestly, like, there are some mangaka that will do that, and then there are some that just like leave like the hair like completely black. I've thought about doing that, but for whatever reason I just don't like it. Like, let me actually do that over here. So, like, here's the other image that I have. And when I take this white line art layer off, it never looks complete. It just looks not complete to me, personally. I mean, like, maybe that's like a weird quirk of my personal style. I don't know, but like I feel bad because like I don't see like a lot of other mangaka that do that. I never put in hair shines. Like, maybe I should start doing that. I don't see a lot of other people doing it. Yeah, I've always wondered, like, how that is perceived by people. If it feels like a normal thing to do. Like, but it doesn't feel like a normal thing to do. To me. Because I don't see that many other people doing that. So, hopefully that makes my work unique. I guess. Maybe. Hopefully. I think it's because, like, they're always on a rush, and it doesn't feel like it's worth the time to do that, maybe? Maybe that's why, not a lot of people do it. mean, this is a pretty tedious process by itself. Can you imagine having to always do white also? Yeah, a lot of them don't. I think there's a very clear and easy reason for that, just because it's a lot of work to put in that kind of detail. I've always really loved Shinichi Sakamoto's work, and like for that reason, is he always like does that, and I've always loved it. But what's funny is like a lot of the other mangaka that like I really like the work of, they never detailed the hair like at all. Ah, that is true, yeah. I would like to add that, maybe. Because I want, like, a more vintage look. But that would mean simplifying my style a lot. So I don't want to, like... Because I don't want to, like, just copy what the old masters have done. I want my work to look unique and stand out, too. But I want it to have, like, a nostalgic feel almost a little bit. It's like I'm really torn, you know, on that. And, you know, like, a lot of times also when you're picking details, like, ways you, like, when you're picking out stuff for, like, your style, like, how you want to do your own work, like, there are certain things that just don't look good together. So, I'm trying to be cognizant of that, too. That doesn't go together. It's hard to pick sometimes how you want to detail things. Or if you want to. Well, there's definitely a balance. Alright, let me see how this looks. So now, turn this down just a teeny bit so I can see my lines. Now I'll add in some of the whites. It's a really sick brush. Stick it down to like 20 or something. Yeah, sometimes it looks like a blob, yeah. autosave. Thanks, autosave. Realized that I forgot to clean this up. I forgot to blink for too long. The music just got me intense. I don't want to put too much in front of his face. Ugh. I don't want to put too much down in this area because I kind of want this to flow really naturally. I think he has a couple more of these. Let me see where else he has these. Yep, he's got 2 of them. I forgot to draw the other one. Of course I did. That's alright. I've got a brush to make this go faster because I'm going to be lazy. Hi, Miso. Hi. Hey, Booger. Yeah. Hi, Miso. Yeah. Miso, Miso. All your fans want to hear from you. Oopsies. Miso, say hi. Yeah. Your fans love you. Right? Isn't she adorbs? If you guys don't know who Miso is, allow me to show you. This is my adorable cat, Miso. Yeah, that's actually how she got her name. So, when I initially got Miso, I was just babysitting her for a neighbor of mine. It was just supposed to be over Thanksgiving weekend. I was in college, and I had just gotten back from New York Comic Con like about a month prior. So they were like, hey, like, you're staying here for Thanksgiving, can you watch my cat? And I'm like, oh, absolutely, for sure. So they give me the cat, which is Miso, and she's, oh gosh, she wasn't even a cat, she was a kitten. She was like maybe 6 months old. Really young kitten. I guess like, she was halfway through her first year. But either way, she was still basically a kitten. Hey baby, hi Miso. Yeah. Am I telling the story? Am I telling your story? These people never came to pick her up. I found out about 2 weeks after I got Miso that they moved out and never returned. They basically broke their lease and just left. Yeah, that's how I ended up with Miso, because it was kind of just an accident. And I already had an orange tabby at the time, and he had gotten like really attached to Miso, and Miso like had gotten attached to him. And so I was able to work out a deal with my landlord that I could slowly pay the new pet deposit as part of my lease. Miso baby. What? No, you can't give me a bath right now. Okay, fine. She has moments where she just absolutely has to lick my hair. And so usually it's like 30 seconds. So I'll put a BRB while I talk with y'all. Misa, what is it? She's like licking my hand right now. I don't know like what's on my hand that she is so fascinated. But apparently there's something on my hand that she really wants to lick off. I don't know what it is, but what are you so fascinated about? Is it salty? You know, I was meal prepping earlier today, so maybe there's like something from the you know what? I bet that's what it is. I was meal prepping some smoked salmon earlier today, so I bet that's what it is. She probably can still taste the salmon. Yeah, my hands do smell a little fishy still, so that's probably what it is. Babs? Oh man, yo, for real, honestly. It's crazy. Like I'm looking for apartments now, and like a lot of places have like a pet deposit minimum of $300, minimum, and then like they also have like a pet rent of like $25 to $50. I've seen some places with $50 a month for pet rent. I'm like, that is fucking crazy. It's wild. On top of like regular rent and your regular deposits, which is absolutely crazy. Thanks for giving me my hand back. $100 per animal? Oh my gosh. Those people had to have been burned in the past by like a bad pet owner. Like that has to be what happened. Let me get rid of this. Well, that's what makes me so angry about like bad pet owners, is it ruins it for the rest of us. Like here in my apartment complex, like people let their dogs poop all the time and never pick it up. Like I have never seen an apartment complex that has such a bad problem with like people picking up after their dogs. And like I don't understand why. Like it's not that cold here. It's not that big a deal. I don't know if it's just that people are lazy, or maybe like I know sometimes people aren't able to pick up after their dogs. Like that's understandable, like I get it. But like you make the rest of us look bad when you do that. Cause like every time like I walk out there, like I'm the type of person that I like to sit outside and have picnics and stuff, and like I can't do that now. Yeah, Miso is such a good girl. She's like a regularly like grooming other cats and other people type cat. What, Babs? What is it? If I let her, like I don't usually let her do this because it like messes with my hair. But like Miso's the type of cat where if I let her, like when we're like calming down at night and we're in bed, she will curl up next to me and she'll like have to give me a bath before she goes to bed. Right, Miso? So you're a bath cat. You're an extremely social cat. And I've considered getting a second one, like maybe an older cat, but I don't really have like the money right now to support like all the vet bills of an older cat. especially when I'm getting ready to move apartments. And so, like, I feel bad that I don't have a second cat for me, so that's why, like, during the day, if she comes up to me and she wants attention, I try to always give it to her. Right, baby? Even during streams. Like, I apologize that I stopped drawing to, like, pet Miso and stuff, but I am literally the only other being that she interacts with. So I try to give her attention if she's, like, kind enough to come up and ask for it. My apologies, guys. Sorry. If she doesn't ask for it very often. She is a good baby. Oh, I forgot to do the rest of the rotation. She is a good baby. Literally the best baby. Alright, now let's get our classic liquefy tool here. Oh, I think I have to... Oh, you know what? I think I do have to let the transformation settle first, and then I can do the liquefy. I don't think I can liquefy in transformation mode. Whoa, that was way too strong. Thank you for auto-saving when I'm in the middle of liquefying something, Clip Studio. Damn! I'm still learning how to use this tool, so... Sorry if it's I never used it when I had Photoshop, so it's like it's a new tool for me. Where are you going, Miso? I think warp might be easier for me, honestly. I think that might be easier. Filter. It's a warp tool. Oh, I thought I had a warp tool. Do I not have that? Oh, wait, is it in my transformation tool? Might be. I thought I had a warp tool. I'm pretty sure I've done this before. You know what? Here's what I'll do. I will manually do it then. I will just do this and then I'll just manually fix it. Because there's gotta be a way to do this. This is not something I've done a lot of before. Or I can make the impact smaller while I learn how to do this. Learn new skills, guys. It's good for you. It's good to learn new skills. I think it might be that I just need to transform this. Let's adjust the angle on this. Maybe that might make it a little bit easier. Gotta learn them new skills, fam. Alright, and then I'll get rid of this part of it. I just lost my pen. Hey, Latrine, what's up? I'll make this like a mask so I can get it back if I want it. Let me draw this part with the clear layer here. Oh, jeez. I wonder it wasn't doing what I was telling it to. Had the wrong effect here. Alright, and then we'll add a mask. Get rid of that. Now, what we'll do is we'll grab this. I haven't actually drawn like a barrier before, so we're gonna learn how to do this together. Never actually done this myself. Oh, that's what I forgot. Forgot to use my selection tool here. How's everyone doing? If you guys haven't, and you would be amazing, could you please hit the like button? It lets YouTube know that you like watching my streams and recommends it to others. Thank you for this Thank you for listening to this public announcement. I'm trying to be funny. I'm just not good at it. I'm going to try a different tone here that's actually mostly used for water, but I want to see if it would look kind of just as neat. Actually, I want to see what this one is really quick. So I don't know what this one is. I don't... Oh, is that... Oh, that's a brush. Well. I am so smart! Is that... That's not a brush. This is not a brush. Well, I guess it is a brush. Damn. Well, okay, then I'll try something else. Or R.I.P. I'm picking every... Oh, that's why I can't find what I was looking for. It was in the wrong folder. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to find my water texture. Okay, this one. Okay, the problem is because it's a screen tone. There's this white part. So what I would let's see, how can I solve this? Have to put this one on top, and then put this down, and then manually erase it, which would be a pain in my butt. Is there a reason why you're not doing anything, son? Why is the layer not... Oh, wait. Oh, because there's nothing in the folder. It's like, why is there nothing happening? Gosh. Can't do things. This is why I can't have nice things, you guys. Because I'm not the wisest people. So that's a possibility. I could... let's see. How do I want to do this? I'm going to try something. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. Is it going to do what I want it to do, or is it going to do what I don't want it to do? Because it's a screen tone, it'll probably select all of the white space, which will be in between each individual dot, which will be a pain. Yeah, it basically did what I didn't want it to do, but I'm gonna find out what happens if I do this. For science! That is not what I wanted. Dang it! Okay. I know another way I might be able to make this work. Okay. Okay, here's another idea. Where's my water texture brush? My water texture... Water... I could just do this manually, but I don't want to do this manually. I want to be lazy. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Okay. That's not exactly what I wanted. Okay. Alright, let's combine these things. Alright, so let's make another layer. Let's set this here. And we'll make another. We'll combine this with this. Oh, frack. Okay. Love it when I do that. Now I gotta find my folder again. There you go. Let's turn that off. Let's turn this off. Because then that doubles the tone, I think. Yeah. Alright, now, since this is a texture, what we can do is we can enlarge this. And then if we make that a tone, it'll do the tony thingy. This we can move. And I can always erase more of this so that it's a lot thinner. Or I can make it less stronger. This is gonna be a pain though. If once I print this, yeah, see that's a bit of a pain, but it looks really cool. Ah, see that looks kind of neat. But it's very clearly like not warped around correctly. So that's something a liquify would probably fix. So I'm gonna duplicate this first. Make it strong so I can see its effect really clear. I'm gonna adjust this temporarily just so I can see the effects. Alright, turn tone off. And now grab our liquify. Pretty sure this will be the... Oh, I have to rasterize it first, that's right. Rasterize. We're gonna try some things, y'all. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're trying. We're trying the thing. We're gonna do the thing. Alright. Make a super big brush. Oh, it's about as big. Oh, it's as big as I can make it. We want it to be a super soft brush. It's because, yeah, it's gonna be an issue. Okay, theoretically, right, theoretically, I can still make it work and then just upscale it, right? Like, I could upscale this. Like, I could make this look like... Okay, autosave, gosh. I feel like autosave jumps in every 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's not autosave. It's just the thing saving it. Okay. I can't make it any bigger? That sucks. Okay. Well then, let me shrink this down first. Oh, it's a big texture. Okay, I'm gonna shrink this down. I'm gonna make an orb. And it's okay if it gets a little bit pixelated because then that means it'll screen tone better. So what I'll do is I'll see if I can make this a little more... I love that even though I moved my mouse just for a second. Liquify tool is being a bit of a butt today. I hate that it like pauses every time I use it. That's a little annoying, not gonna lie. Okay, now that we've got a distorted feel, I guess... Okay, There's gotta be a different way. This might not be the best this type of distortion to use. Alright, so let's try a different distortion. Let's try pushing this way. Oh, that is not the effect I intended. Oh, we wanted to go the other way. Okay, okay, this might be what I was trying to do. Definitely don't want it that strong. This is not doing what I wanted it to do. Oh my gosh, this is really frustrating. How do people like this tool? This tool is annoying. It literally has to stop every single time I use it. That is incredibly frustrating. What does this do? Okay, that pinches. Yeah, I don't like this. How do people use this? This is super frustrating. Yeah, I don't like this tool. I don't like this. Wish I could just use like a warp. I mean, there's gotta be a warp tool that I just have forgotten about. I know there is. I've just forgotten about where it is. Transform mesh, that's what I was thinking of. I don't know where that is. Where is that tool? I think that's what I'm used to using is the transform mesh. I think that's what I'm used to using. I haven't used it enough to like... Okay, so... Edit, transform, mesh. Okay, yep, that's why. Okay, edit, transform... Yes! Thank goodness. We have a mesh, right? It's not changing. Oh gosh, because I've got the... Okay, I need to... Okay, there we go. Helps if I rasterize first. Helps if I rasterize first. Okay, alright, now edits. Transform. Mesh. There we go. I was like, why isn't it giving me the option to add more lattices? See, this is how I'm used to doing it. little bit of a tedious process, but you can see how when you get it going, it can look really cool. It's really nice if you're like used to thinking in like wireframe. That's kind of like the advice that I have for it is think about it as a wireframe. And you're just putting in your nodes, excuse me. It's not a perfect tool, but cause like once you get up to certain points, like it won't really matter that much. Grid transform? Yeah, I like warping. I like using this kind of like a mesh warp because then I can like really control things better. No, you're good. It's a really neat tool. I like it. It can just be a little tedious though, because you gotta move everything into place. And it can be hard on a PC if it's not used to this. Alright, we're kind of at the point now where it's not really going to affect it too much. Does it make sense what I'm doing? Do you guys understand what I'm doing? Basically, I took the texture that I had and I'm like forcing it to warp around. Sort of like create like a fake 3D illusion is basically what I'm doing. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I historically did not do well in my 3D modeling classes. I did not do well. So, this is what I think I should do. That make no promises to the accuracy of whatever the hell I'm doing. Alright, just gonna sit there and take a minute. So I'll BRB us while it's transforming. Oh my goodness. Would you guys mind if I put in a little ad break while we're waiting for it to do its thing? Because it's probably gonna take a minute. And that's something I also want to I need to ask I need to put out a poll in my community tab. Because I have ads turned off. So, okay, so like what happened with live streams in YouTube is YouTube now basically has it so that either you, just like Twitch, like you can either let it you can let Twitch, or you can let YouTube put in like mid-roll ads for you while you're streaming, or you can manually put them in. And I wanted to set up a way that I could do this with my live streams, just like I would on Twitch. And I've also considered maybe going back to Twitch. I'm not sure yet. I'm not Twitch's biggest fan historically, and I'm afraid if I went back I'd be shadow banned again. But I've considered going back to Twitch. I have about 250 followers there at the moment. I'm sure I'd lose a bunch of them if I started streaming there again. At least initially, I'd probably lose a bunch. But I also learned that they took away the exclusivity part. The only thing is I can't show like a chat. I wouldn't be able to show chat in my stream. Or if I did, it would have to be Twitch's chat. And I consider Twitch like my secondary platform, not my primary platform, so I'm not sure what I want to do. Because I am trying to take being a streamer a little bit more seriously this year. And so having two different platforms would definitely be a good idea, just in case something happens to one of them. Okay, we're back. So, like, what's your guys' thought on that? Because I don't want to just, like, make it... Oopsie, whoa. I don't want to make, like, that kind of change without, like, talking to my viewers about it. Because I think it's important to keep, like, my viewers' opinions in mind. So, like, what do you guys think? Like, would you guys like me to go back? Like, would you guys like me to be on Twitch? Would you prefer me to stay on YouTube? I personally prefer YouTube. And the reason is I get, like, the benefit of, like, the VODs is a lot easier. And it's not like I have to pick one or the other, but, like, eventually it may come to that point. I'd rather be on YouTube personally. But, like, how would you guys feel if, like, I did sort of, like, the manual ad insert every once in a while in my streams? And then if I were to go back to Twitch, how would you guys feel about that? Can't foresee that being an issue. Oh, thank you, Michael. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Heck yeah, thank you. Oh, well, thanks for again, yeah, thank you for the super chat, Michael, and that makes sense. Is it Kara? I'm sorry, I want to be sure I'm pronouncing your name correctly. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it would matter too much for my audience, like, which one I was on. I just wasn't sure if, like, people had a preference. I don't think I would ever leave YouTube. Oh, there it goes. That was... Thanks, YouTube! That's funny. That was a delayed reaction on YouTube's part. That was funny. Never change, YouTube. Oh, no. Okay, you guys aren't understanding. I will never leave YouTube. No, I will not leave YouTube. Like, I'm looking at, like, doing both. Basically, like, multi-streaming. My apologies for not being clear on that. Yeah, sorry for not being clear, guys. My bad. Yeah, I think it could definitely work, because I mean, like, the one thing that I really liked about Twitch is, like, the artist community on Twitch is pretty strong. And, like, the main reason why I left Twitch in the first place was because I ended up, at one point, like, getting shadow banned. And, like, I went, like, at that time, like, I was already affiliated. I still technically am affiliated. and like I was getting like 40, 50 viewers like per stream on average. So I was like really starting to do well. And then like all of a sudden out of the blue, I was like lucky to get like 3 or 5 people. It was very sudden, and my viewers were like some of my friends told me that like they never got notifications. Like they had no idea that I was streaming, and like of course like for me the determining thing was when I went to look for my channel, like I like signed out, I couldn't find it. Like I couldn't find it by searching. So I was like, well, that's great, that's fantastic. Which was really frustrating, you know, because I feel like I worked pretty hard to like do good, and when I reached out to Twitch to figure out like what happened, I never heard back. Like all the times I like sent in, I was like, hey, like, because you know I didn't want to do it again, so like I reached out to try to figure out like what I did so it would never happen again, and they never got back to me, which was super duper frustrating. And that was 2020, 2019, so that was quite a long time ago. I'm not sure if they're still like that, and I hope they're not. But like that was my frustration with Twitch. Is I was like, you know what, like if I'm gonna, like I understand like I'm not a partnered streamer, but if I'm gonna be here, like I think like the least you could do is like tell me what I did wrong so that I don't do it again. You know, because I don't want to break the rules. Like, it definitely wasn't copyrighted music, because that's not something that I do. But it was just really frustrating, because it was like I'm trying to be a good streamer, I'm trying to do this. So I ended up leaving Twitch, because of that. And I decided to like I was already starting to get on YouTube, so I just sort of like fully committed to YouTube at that point. For my star brush, because my star brush works really well for stuff like this. I'm trying to remember where I put it. I think it's in my cloud, because it should be with the sky stuff. Yep, here it is. I think. Nope, that's the wrong brush. Let's see. Hoshi. Where did I put it? I don't see my star brush. Maybe it's an effect. Might be. Yep, here it is. Oh, there it is. Yep. And now we'll get my fire brush, which is sort of like here, yeah, debris. So it's better for like. I don't really like that though. Let's try a different one. I think I'm close though. Like I'm close to what I want, but not quite. think the black behind it's too strong. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta play around with it until you find the right look. It's just a game. Another possibility would be to throw in one of my flash monochromes. Could be another possibility. And see if any of these work. For example, this one. I think part of the problem is the blade is in the wrong spot. I think that's part of the problem here. Let me get rid of this. 'Cause I want that to show through. It's also really big. I think that was also part of it, is it felt like unrealistically large for somebody to throw. That also might have been part of the problem. So this is roughly its center. There we go. Now, what we can also do is go in here and sort of add like an air around it so that it feels like the blade itself has also been affected. So let's do that. So let's fill this in really quick though. Okay, where aren't you filling in? Oh, that's why. Oh, the wrong brush. Getting there, guys, getting there. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab my handy dandy lasso fill tool and I'll put it on reverse. So that this way I'll kind of show you what it does, just really quick. Yeah, isn't that neat? So we're gonna figure out how to do this now. This is something that I can also manually draw in if I wanted to, but let's do a basic all the way around and just see how that looks. we'll go in and manually add in some cool texture. Oh, of course. Well, let's actually make it a little bit bigger, and then we'll go in and erase it manually. So let's just do this, yeah. Whoops. Forgot to do a fill, because it's backwards. I'm not sure if this was the best way to do this. It's how I handle fire, so I wanted to try it and just see how it would work out. Because we do it in Western comics too, so I wanted to like see how I felt about doing it, trying it this way. Well then, let's do this also. Let's just really make it fun. Maybe? We're trying things, y'all. We're trying things. This is one of those ones you're just gonna have to like layer it on a million times until you get the look you want. I feel like if I use bigger brushes, this could be more impactful. Keep forgetting that it's the opposite because it's a screen tone. It's like breaking my brain right now. Yeah, it's actually a really fun, like, Western... It's similar to a Western comic technique by a creator named Jack Kirby. Super famous, like, comic creator. And, yeah, really, really cool technique. And I've been trying to figure out how to make, like, my own version of it. Because I really like the technique that he uses. Let's soften it a little bit around the edges, maybe. Let's try going the opposite. Let's try the opposite. Let's try adding in some more texture here. Sometimes you just gotta sit here and experiment with stuff. Let's try making this go the same direction as this. That way it all feels unified. Rotate this a little. This is why sometimes it's worth just experimenting and trying new things, because I think this looks pretty cool. Nice little center. I could totally use a ruler for this. Probably should be. I think if the black lines match the direction, it would feel stronger. So let me go in and actually erase that. I feel like these don't match, and that's what's making it feel weak. It's alright, I can manually put them in. Okay, I was gonna say I get to play the what layer is this game? Sorry guys, I'm a little focused today. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend so far. Do you guys have any plans? Anything that you're looking forward to? I'm gonna put a texture on this, just because it looks kind of boring. But I think the phrase I was looking for is like it was looking too perfect. We don't, and if it looks too perfect, it won't look hand-drawn. So you want there to be imperfections in your work. Let's see, just brainstorming ideas and studying manga? Yeah. What manga are you studying? Curious to see. There's so many good manga out there. One of my favorite manga to study, especially for paneling, is Witch Hat Atelier. One of my favorite manga to study. It's got amazing paneling, honestly. See, I'm just adding a little bit, just a few minutes. Like, it's already like helping it look more alive. Just a few minutes. Sometimes going the extra step really does make a big difference. And is it perfect? Nah, far from it. But sometimes just a little extra stuff can really help sell something. anime? The Moon Princess? Is that like the Blade of the Moon Princess one? Alright, hopefully... Oh, I forgot. Just a little bit of inking, I forgot. I don't like that. It was a while later. Miso, please stop touching me while I'm trying to draw something as small as a mouse. I know, you just want pets, I know. Yeah. No, that's not for you. Alright guys, what do you think? Use some teeny bit. Need to add sound effect, but... I just realized I might need to extend the... Actually, before you guys say anything, let me change one more thing. Miso, no. No, Babs, no. Miso. Miso, baby. You just want love? You just want some attention? Miso has this thing that she does when she wants my attention, that she'll like start like persistently like trying like touching my hand because she wants me to pet her. Miso, baby. Alright, what do you guys think? Oh, I forgot that there's a little bit of a... There we go. Miso, Miso. Was the first hit made by the author of Fate. Oh, the Fate manga? Definitely don't think I've read that one. Definitely took me longer than I wanted, but that's okay. I got distracted by my cat, so. Miso, miso, miso. I'll show you guys what she's doing. She's doing this thing where when I draw, she like wraps her paw around my arm. I'll show you guys. I've actually got a photo of her doing this. If you guys have seen my Twitter, it's the one that's on Twitter. This is what Miso does. Oh, you guys can't see her paw there. Let me show you. Like, she'll like wrap her paw around my arm like that because she wants to cuddle. So she does when I'm trying to get my work done. Miso, miso, you just want to cuddle? Yeah. Yeah, she's in the mood for cuddles. Oh my goodness. Miso, you goober. What? Miso, miso. How am I supposed to work like this? There is no work, only pet miso. Alright, well let's see if I can figure out what kind of background I want on this guy. What I might do is I might just have like a simple version of like what's actually— Miso, honey! I'm trying to work here! I'm working here! She's very clingy. Sorry guys, I have to rotate my hand so I can keep working. Because Miso is insistent on me petting her and not working. Probably just have like a simple version of like the stairs behind him maybe. What, Miso? Nanda yo, nanda. Something like this, maybe, where it's like, what? She literally keeps pawing at my face. Like, are you gonna pay attention to me? What? Yeah? You're gonna fall if you lean over just a little too much, Miso. Well, I wouldn't fall if you would be paying attention to me. What? This guy is a butt. He's mean. Oh, he doesn't have a bag in this other version. Because he's not planning on staying out very long, because he's a cocky piece of butt. He doesn't have a bag. Make this a little bit more flowy. You guys want to guess what happens to him by the end of the chapter? maybe. It's definitely gonna need a not safe for work warning, I'll tell you that. I don't know if gory is the right word, though. It's definitely not very nice. You're gonna follow me, so... There you go. I was really heavy on the shadows on this one. So basically what's happening here, is Aros is trying to warn him that, so if I go to the previous page here, since I have it up. Miso, stay out of that. That's not for you. Basically what's happening here is Aros is trying to warn him that, the spirit... Miso, stop it! No, ma'am! That is not for you. You can't have it. That's not for you, Goober. Basically what's happening is this hunter is frustrated. He's like, hey, like, you've been trying to hunt down this thing for a while, and so, like, I'm gonna go out and go get it with or without you. And, you know, so Aros has been hunting this creature down with this particular person, and they don't like each other, obviously. They don't like each other very much. And so Aros is like, you can't handle this, and then the hunter is like, oh, yes, I can, like, you can't stop me. And then Aros is like, I'm not gonna stop you from going after her. I need to fix this, like, lettering thing. I haven't figured out how to solve that yet, so please forgive me for my bad lettering right there. But Aros is like, no one's supposed to be out at night, except for me, because, like, you don't know how to defend yourself from all of the spirits that are out there. Like, you can fight, like, regular animals, but when it comes to spirits, like, you don't know what you're doing. And then Aros is like, well, from, like, what I hear, you don't follow the rules anyway. And then Aros says, like, hunting animals out of season isn't okay. So basically he knows that, like, Nara is, like, poaches, like, he knows. And so it's sort of like, I already know what you're doing anyway, like, I know that you don't tend to follow the rules. And then Nara's just like, I do what the F I want, it's like, you can't tell me what to do. These two just have a history together, I guess. Like, and I revealed that later in the story, like what their history is. And then Nara's like, oh, well, like, I'll just do it for you. Like, maybe do your job better so I don't have to do it for you. And then Aros is like, you could never. So basically, like, this first page, this isn't the first page, but, like, this page is basically, like, establishing that, like, Nara is going to do something that he's not supposed to be doing. And then on this one, Nara's just sort of, like, had his fill of Aros, you know, he's like, oh, like, you're just a coward, blah, blah. And then Aros is like, hey, like, have you noticed, like, the sparrows? And then, I'm not sure if I want Nara to know about them yet, you know, because here he says, like, what about them? And so I'm still figuring out exactly how I want to introduce this, but these sparrows are really important, and they'll become really important throughout the story of Godsbane, because they'll tell you that this type of creature called a miyape, which is like central to the story, it lets you know that there's one nearby. And so anytime you see these, like, specific types of sparrows, and they're actually really adorable, they have these, like, black, like, these, like, like ember-like eyes, and they have these little horns on their heads, and they're usually engulfed in flames. Like, that's a that says that there's a Miape nearby, and Miape are sort of like they eat souls and blood, so they're sort of like a succubi vampire type creature, mixed with a harpy. So they're really fun. So, you know, Aros is like, hey, like, have you seen them? And then we see who they're talking about. So, you'll see this character, her name is Ren, you'll see her a lot. Sorry, Ren like the bird. You'll see them a lot. So, and she's actually watching them. So, on the next page, I just realized I didn't have my story document open. So I have to, like, reopen it. My bad, sorry guys. So let me get that spread open for you. My bad. Sorry, fam. I thought I had the story document open, but I didn't. Thanks. So in the next page, once this opens, in the next page, like, we kind of see her, like, they're like sort of like, they're like ethereally talking about her. Now, technically, she is watching, but she's not, like... Yeah. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm gonna do this, because it's supposed to be a bamboo forest. So that's, like, the problem that I had with this page, is, like, she's not in a bamboo forest. So I might add just some bamboo to, like, maybe it's, like, a mixture. Like, there's, like, bamboo and, like, regular stuff, but bamboo tend to be, like, in groves. But they can be, like, in jungles, too. So I need to figure out how to sort this out. Because initially when I drew this panel, she wasn't in a bamboo forest, and now she needs to be, so now I gotta, like, sort that out. Yeah. But yeah, this is this character. She's a really fun character. So they talk about her, like, oh, like, she's the best soul collector. And then this guy just goes ahead and leaves. Aros is right here. And he's like, oh, I'll bring her back by morning. And then Aros is like, I'll get a search party ready for you, because I'm gonna have to go find you. And then he, like, feels something and he whips around, and then Ren is right there. So, yeah. And so, yeah, there's gonna be, hopefully it'll be a really fun chapter 1. I only have 3 characters in this one. My last chapter 1, which is what's in the pilot, has, like, 7, 8, 9 different characters, which is way too many, but it's also a 50-page chapter 1. So I'm not doing that this time around. I'm going with, like, a typical chapter 1, like a typical chapter length. So yeah, still gotta sort this out. I might as well go ahead and sort this out right now, because I can really quickly throw in some bamboo here. It's not hard to do. So I'll probably just really quickly do that. Won't take me too long. Just gotta find the folder it's in. There it is. Probably just put it in the back here. Look at all these layers, you guys. I should be ashamed of myself. I'll probably just use a screen tone, because I don't want to have to draw all that bamboo. And I'd rather, since there's already so much color in here, I don't want there to be too much texture. So I'll probably just put in a screen tone for the bamboo, honestly. Ren is really fun. I think people will like her. There you go. I think that's pretty obviously bamboo. She's a fun character. I like her. She's a little spicy, but that's what we all need in our lives, to be completely honest. Just realized that I forgot to shade in some of that screen tone over there. I'm gonna soften this right behind the bird because it makes the bird a little hard to see, so I'm gonna soften that just a tiny bit. That way it stands out a little bit more. There we go. Let's soften that just a little bit. Oh, I did a folder. I meant to create a new regular layer. There we go. We'll put this in there. Kind of soften that a bit. Alright, and then to help her stand out just a tiny bit more, let's see, this one, I'll grab the whites, I'll grab my little texture here, and I'll draw a little bit of a border here, kind of help her stand out a bit. This is not a person you want to run into. I think she'll be a fun character. I think I put in too strong of a white outline there. There we go. Alright. Okay. So I got that bamboo thrown in there. Some down in here. Alright guys, it has been 2.5 hours. It is now past midnight where I am. I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I definitely didn't get done as much as I wanted, which is fine. I was doing something I've never done before, so that's okay. It took me about 2 hours to get that panel done, and when you're trying something new, when you're experimenting with different techniques, it's always going to take a little bit longer than it does for you normally. So I'm going to go ahead and head off to bed. And Misa also needs her medication as well. So we're about halfway through an antibiotic treatment with her. So thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Michael DeFonte, for the super chat. I super duper appreciate it. You're amazing. And I will see you guys tomorrow for sure because I did miss a stream on Wednesday. And then I did end up deleting my stream on Monday, so I will definitely make sure to make up for it tomorrow with another stream. So I'll see you guys. I don't know when tomorrow. It'll depend. I do have some errands I need to run. So it'll probably be more like in the afternoon, maybe. And I live in Central Time Zone in the United States, so probably sometime after noon in the United States, Central Time. So I'll see you guys later, and have a wonderful night. Ciao!